I share my screen. Please let's unmute ourselves because this class is a very serious one. Okay, um, I have started. Presido, confirm if you can see my screen. Oh, perfect. All right. Um, this is what we are going to be building. Although I'm not going to like build the entire application, but we are going to be leveraging on the header menu. So specifically, we are going to learn specifically you are going to learn on how we can um, build a menu bar. So menu bar, we have different designs of menu bar, and a little Google can give you different design of menu bar. So we're going to be learning how we can design menu bar, then get a prototype of this menu bar, specifically this menu bar here. Not just getting the prototype, we're also going to be building the mobile responsiveness. So what do I mean by the mobile responsiveness? Um, the mobile responsiveness is just like the ability for your software to fit in any size of device. If you are using a mobile phone, a laptop, an iPad, and any kind of device can fit to your design. So the ability for your content or the information to fit in a particular device is what we call responsiveness. So we are going to be building the responsiveness, which is one of the most important aspects in web development. 95% website are accessed through what? Through phones. So um, if you are building a software, make sure that it's mobile responsiveness. So this is a web hosting application we are building. We'll develop, we'll add more features on the application as we move further on this training. Then we have the login, we have the get started, which we are going to design the login, design the get started as well. So we try as much as possible to see how we can advance and develop this application. I may not build everything, right? I may not build everything, okay, I'll build some. Then I also give you a task to integrate some as we proceed. Then this I'm focusing majorly on the header, this header here. So this is what we are building. Then also here in Dropbox, I love this Dropbox so much. It's very It's the simplicity and the professionalism. So I love more about this software. So here we are having this. The Dropbox. So we are going to be building this black background. Everything inside this black background. We are going to be building that. Not the header actually, not this header, but this particular black background. Then we'll move further to design the footer, right? So this is the footer. We are going to design this footer as well. That is a very simple footer. Then you can look for another design here to integrate. So we can integrate this design if possible. It all depends on the time. I believe I'll be ending the class by 11. So basically, uh, it is what it is. So we want to start writing and start writing our code. Um, okay, here is our previous. I think the our file. you can decide to create um, a new file. You can just decide to use it that way. So for me, I'm creating a new folder inside my website here. I'm creating a new folder. So this has become rowdy. So I just need to create a new folder. Okay, let me quickly do that. I'm creating a new folder here. This should be web hosting. We are building a web hosting application. So this is my web hosting. Click on this drop down. I'm having my images. Um, Inside that image, I'm having my JS. Maybe we're using JS in the future. Damn, I think DJS is inside. I made a mistake. DJS is inside the image folder. So I have to move it from that image folder to this. So um okay, we have the image. Then the last thing is the style. Okay, so I have this style here. Um, so I will like create my HTML, right? Create my HTML or my HTML file index.html. So this is just the first file we are going to create. In future we are going to create um other file as well. So here I'm going to create my starter template. So the web hosting going to be Skyline X. Skyline X. So that's the name of the web hosting. The name I'm giving it Skyline X. So X Men. All right. So let's look at the prototype of our application. So here we're having a header, right? So we have a logo. We have a logo here. Then here we have one, two, three, four, five. Then we have another one by the left hand side, right? So so this is what we are going to be looking at, having it by the left hand side. So what we are going to do here, we have one, two, and three columns. Are we communicating? We have one logo is one column. This one that has this WordPress hosting is one column. This other one is one column. It's just a picture, so I can't inspect. If it's not a picture, I can just quickly inspect and confirm the columns. So let's move on. So I'm going to be having the container first. I'm going to be having a container. So a container that will have all my three columns, right? A container that will have all my three columns. Then okay, excuse me. Okay. Okay, the first column I'm going to have here is the logo. Um, in that logo, I don't have logo for now, but I'm going to get the logo. So here I will have let me use Skyline logo for instance. I can decide to call the um, H1. Let me use Skyline logo, please. Let me just use logo. So yeah, I can just go quickly come to Skyline. So you can decide to download the logo, utilize the logo, or you can just quickly leave the logo. So right click and click on open new tab. So you can save the logo in your save it in your local machine. So me, I'm not saving it, right? To save it, you just need to right click and click on save. Then when it's saved, copy it to your the directory where you have your files. So I'm coming back to this. Then right click and paste this thing here. Okay, sorry. I need to call the image img. Of course, this is the source where the part to that email, the source to the image rather. So I think I've gotten this. You can quickly open our server so I can be previewing everything we are doing live. Okay. Okay, we have our logo here. So the next thing we are going to be doing is to we have this one. The next one is the nav, right? So in this nav, we're going to be using a list UL, right? You know about UL, right? Remember the last class we talked about the UL. You used to get a list of object or group list of objects. So yeah, we're going to have UL. Then inside this UL, we're having LI. Um, we're going to be having LI, and then inside that LI, we're going to have link, right? So that they can, when they click on it, it can take them to a different uh, a different link. So this is what we have here. We don't have link for now. We can just put hash. So when you don't have link to provide, you put what? You put hash. So here, let's check our prototype. Let me quickly let me quickly type out some details from here. But this thing I need it to. I don't. Okay, yeah, I have a WordPress hosting website, then domain, email, full service, full service, right? Inside that full service new, we have what we call new. Then we have what do we have next? Okay, Academy, then login, then get started. Get started. Oh, fantastic. Then let's move on back to our code. Don't need to just press this here. So what I'm intending is to copy. Yeah, I have the WordPress. I copy and move in here. So what I need to do is just copy and paste, copy and paste. I don't need to duplicate this. One, two, three, four, five. Right? Um. So next one is website. Sorry, web hosting. Then next is domain. Next is email. Next is pro service. The next is academic. Okay. Okay. Going to copy this and also duplicate this here. Okay. Then we have this. Let's scroll down and see. So we have this here. The next one, another div we are going to have here is called just thinking of a name to give this div. I'm not thinking of a name. Thinking of a class name to call this div right now. Okay, let's give it login. Just give it a login class. So inside that class, we're going to be having uh, anchor. So in that anchor, I'm going to have login. Then I just need to duplicate. Then yes, get started. Get started. Then I get started. Okay. All right. I think we've been able to. So here, let me explain what I just did. So here we're having a container, right? Oh, we make a mistake. This container should be housing all other containers. So this container here should be housing all of your other container, including this one as well. So what we need to do is this is a closing tag of this container. I just need to just cut it and move it down to the bottom. Somebody say bottom. All right. Okay. Now if we look at this container here, this is a container, right? And that container has all these children, right? So here we have the logo. We have the logo here. Then we also have the div. Let me bring it a bit closer. So we have the menu, right? Which is this. Then we have the UL. And let's quickly cherry that. Let's cherry that. Let's cherry that. Okay. This is what we have here, right? Um, this is what we have. One, two, three columns. So the next thing we are going to look at is um, like I prefer I prefer doing everything at once. So the next one we are going to be looking at is this. Please mute your mic now, for God's sake. I beg in the name of your ancestors, mute your mic, please. All right. So yeah, we are having this join the over blah 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 blah. Then here we're having easy reliable blah blah blah. So we're having kind of a div and a button here. So this is also a div. Then we also have a 3D. Basically, I think we have one container that have all this background. So if you notice that all this man is inside the background, that means it's one container that houses all these things that have this background. Then inside that container, you have another container, right? Another container. Then you have this container as well. So let's quickly design this other one and then we move on to other things as well. Okay. Okay, let's move on, please. Boom, boom, boom. So we are done with this container. Let's open a new container here. So I can decide to say um, my header, my header menu ends here, right? So this is a comment. my mother in MCS. So you can go up and say header menu start here so that we can understand. All right, fantastic. So next one we're going to be looking at now is so like I said earlier, we have a container like a container that houses all this man that had this dark background. So what we need to do, I'm not going to give you a container again because I already given a class of a container here. So let me look get a name. Um, I will give him section. So so that section is the section that will have all this information, right? So in that section, we're having a title, right? A title section. So a title section. This a div. I'll call this div a title section. So let me quickly copy this man. Then d dot title. So I call it the title section. Then h1. Then those information I copied will be here. Then the next one is this man. So I'm putting this man in a paragraph. All right. So here we're having this man in a paragraph. So when you click on here, you notice that this man is a div on his own, right? This man is a div on its own. This is also a div on its own. All right. Moving ahead and ahead and ahead. Somebody say ahead and ahead and ahead and ahead. Ahead and ahead and ahead. All right. Let's move on. 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 So the next thing we're going to do is we create the button. According to president. President say button. All right. We were creating this button, right? So this button. This button here. We're creating the button. Fantastic. Then after the button, we create this image. All right. So here we have a title. Here we have a section. So here we're having BTN um BTN file. Not give you any class name that I want. So here we have find your plan. So of course find your plan. Okay, okay. Find your plan. Okay. So we'll come later on this arrow. Let me correct this. Oh, fantastic. So the next one we are going to be doing um is the image. The word image. So we're going to create a class um, dot img. So in this class, we are going to be having our image img. So um, like I said, I will not be downloading any image. If you want, you can download. So open. I copy this link, this long link. Let's here. All right. So that's the image. So the next one I'm going to be looking at, the next I'm going to be working on is okay. Let's move it. 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 All right. So let's move on to the next. Let's check out our project and see. So this is our beautiful website. Looks very beautiful and perfect. All right. We're making progress. The next one we are going to be adding on our application is this two, one, two, three, four, right? And also we are going to be implementing this icon, right? We are going to implementing this icon as well. So okay, I want to also confirm if I'm doing it inside the section because all should be inside the word, the section. Okay, perfect. So yeah, I'm going to be having a container called service, a class called service rather. So inside this service, I will have each one, which is this man. I'm reasoning something. Okay, each one. So I'm having this service as a container, right? So this service as a what? As a container. So when you scroll up here, we have one, two, three, four, four icon, right? We have four icon. So I'm also going to be having a container here, service main. So the reason why I'm having this service main container, remember I have to move this as a flex, right? Now if I move this as a flex, it only affect this. But if if this man, this particular man here, is using the same class with this man. If I move this at flexbox, this man will also move at flexbox. It becomes a problem, right? So I rather create a new class. Then inside this class now inside this class, now create those small boxes. So inside this class, we're going to be having three boxes inside this main service. So I said service service one. Now if you want to create if you want to create three columns or three classes at a time, so just put asterisk, then three, enter. This will generate automatically for you, right? So we have this, we have this, we have this as well. So, so what I need to do is to go and copy the first one. So the first one is P. Mhm. So we have this P here. Then we're going to have another P. Mhm. So this is service one. This container and say here is the here is the service container. So underline, right? So this service container is the father that houses all these ones. Then inside here we have a main service that houses all these three. Then we have the service one. Then this should be service two. Doesn't mean that you're going to give that to service two any kind of name at all. You can give it, just name it any kind of name at all. So here we are having this, then service three having this. So basically, this is what we got here. So this is what we got here. This man is the parent of all this. Then we come here. This is your grandfather. You understand? Grandfather who don't die. This is him. Then here is your father. Let's see they're alive. Unless you don't kill him. Me, I've killed my own father. Okay. My father is still alive here. Then here is you. You and your children. You and your sibling. You, this is you. You are looking at me. This is you. And this is you. You know, this is you. This your brothers. This your brother. So your father give birth to three children. Why your ancestors give birth to only your own father? Your father give you birth. So I just want to explain that. They will now have the section which is your gods. Gods. The people who don't die, they record them gods. So this is gods that have all this one. So let's quickly see what we've been able to build. Okay, fantastic. I think we've done a lot of rubbish. So it's time to, if you remember, I recall earlier when you were just coming up in HTML. I told you the HTML is what? It's a structural language. So it's now becoming clearer now. Like you need to start with the HTML, structure your website, then before you start adding what? The CSS. So I will not add footer. I'm supposed to do that, but I won't do footer, which is this footer. We'll do that later. It's going to be an assignment that you need to do because this project, we are going to improve this project. Get that in mind. But I'll try as much as possible to finish up everything tonight. Okay. Let's go on, let's go on, let's go on, let's go on. Sorry? Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, supposed to be four. And I made only three. That is a problem. Okay. Let's quickly create the three. Alright. Let me quickly copy this as well. Okay. Dropping this here. So this comes in here. Mm-hmm. When you are building your own, you do it that way. This one is my own I'm building. Yes. Love that. Okay, let's move on. All right. I'll remove anything Dropbox. I'll add the an S. It's S that is running down. S man. Yes. You are not among the S. Then playing. Okay. Fantastical. Okay. The final one. It is what it is. Oh, time. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. I think we are partially done with this HTML. All right. So the first thing we are going to be working on is this young man here. The one we are done with that young man, we now move on to this other young man. Oh, quickly, but before I do that, I would like to work on my font. Right, I want to have one font, all one font. So I quickly go to Google Font. I need to use external font. Google Font. So Google Font is a library where you can import external font. They had a lot of nice, juicy, creamy font you can leverage on and use to get your work done. Trying to okay. Um, I roll with this. I roll with this font. No, no, no. I need a lighter font. Lighter one. Yeah. Can you predict the font? Do you know the font? Like this font. Can anybody tell us this font? This other font. Robodo. Me, I'm using Robodo. You too, you are using Robodo. Is that a cause or what? You too, you are using Robodo. No, I'm not using Robodo. Okay, no, the font is Robodo. That's somebody name. Oh. Somebody name you are calling. I did not say anything like Maz here, or Ayo, or Tunde, or Adamu. Why am I not seeing those kind of names here? Adamu font, Africa. You say the person will say, how much will this thing will give me, this font? Africa, we after money. That's why you can never invent we after money, money. Let me go with this font then. Roboto font is already here. Let me remove that Roboto. So I'm putting this in my CSS. Sorry. Yeah, yeah, this should be my CSS, but I don't have CSS yet. So let me quickly go create CSS. Um, of course, I've created a CSS folder here. This can be style.css or style.css. Okay, let me link it up. Um, okay, let me confirm it's working. All right, so I'd like to import this to my CSS. Then I use this, remove this style, remove this style. So another thing also I'm going to do is that I want to talk to everything here, right? Everything's inside there from A to Z. So what I would do is that to use asterisk. Asterisk means all, right? It means everything inside there will be affected. Everything inside the HTML, the HTML. So there's my font. I just copy the font, then come back to here and then here we press the font. So we're done with this man. Think we've been able to have a oh this font is the worst. I can't go with it, bro. I can't go with this font. Who asked me to go for this font? Yeah, the font is like what I order versus what I get. It's not like what I order versus what I got. Well, the point is juicy. It's a juicy font, very juicy one. But the lights, I don't like that light look. I don't like that light look. Okay, let's try with this. Okay, let's go with this. Remove all this thing first. Uh-huh. Let's go with this. Okay. So I'm removing this man. Then, okay. All right. All right. Fantastic. Think we okay. This is fair. This is very very fair. All right. So like I said, if you use asterisk, you are affecting everybody. Next thing we are going to do is we are going to remove this dot and then this underline here. Of course, uh, we use a list. I think the list style type to none. So that none will remove this bullets. Can see the bullet have run away. So the next thing we are going to do is to call text decoration to remove the underline. Text decoration to what? To none. Right? Fantastical. So you can see the underline has gone. I'll give the font size of all my this thing to 30 pixel. I won't be much. It's too big. I'll give it 20. Okay. Wow, look at our application. So juicy. Mm. All right. Let's move on to other things. Just kidding. All right. Um, what we are going to be working on is the container, right? So when we work on the container. Somebody say container. All right, quickly. We are going to be working on this container. So this container, when it comes there, you will see that it houses everything inside our header, ranging from Mr. Logo, Mr. Nav, and Mr. Login. So I just have to quickly call the content. Then as a class, of course, we call it dot, and here we have the container. So the next thing we're going to do is that we want this container, like one, two, three, to be in the same line, right? To be in the same line, the same way we have this man, all of them to be in the same line like this. So we use what we call flex, right? So we are calling the parent of the container, calling it as a what? As a flex. So yeah, I can say display to what? To flex. Now it will affect the logo, it will affect the nav, which is this man, it will affect the login as well. So let's quickly see what happened. Boom. So now we have this container. Now some people will say, why is this man not on the same line, right? The reason why it happens is because we have about how many elements here? We have block elements here. We have block elements here. So um, an object um, and a block element cannot be converted to flex element. If, for example, if I'm having a child here, right, and this man is converted to flex element, it will not affect this man and this man, right? So that's what I flex. So it can only convert the direct child of that element, not the grandchildren. So the direct child of this element of this div is this uh, nav logo. That's why it's affected. We work on that. So the next thing we are going to do here is to have a background, right? Let me quickly give a background. Somebody say background. So I'm quickly giving this man a background of Dodgers blue or doggy blue. Let me just say background color. We'll have hash 256 256 3 EB. Okay, this is what we have. Lecturer, lecturer. So this is actually what we have here. So next thing we are going to do is to reduce the logo, right? Our logo is too big, so we're going to reduce Mrs. logo. So we'll call here uh, my logo, my logo here, right? So here's where I'll start my logo. Then when we come to our logo here, we have this logo, this class called logo. It's a class, and inside that logo, we have an element called img. So what I need to do here is to call dot logo, then img. So the logo img. So when I call the logo, whatever inside the logo will be affected. I'm giving this man 20%. Let me see how it goes. If you work, it's too um that is okay. We'll work on that later, sha. Let me just give it 30. So here, right, I would like to float, I would like to make sure that this man, all these elements are displayed as an inline element. So because I'm having we come here, because I'm having a block here, a block of nav, right? Like I told you, a block element cannot be converted to to flex. So for me to convert this man to a flex or to an inline, I need to call this man, and this man, because this man is a block element. This man is a block what element, right? Are we communicating? So for me to be able to make that man to be on the same line, I need to call that and convert that to what, to a block element. So that's what we're going to do now. So let's quickly go there. Right. So here, here is my UL style. Okay. I'll call I'll call the nav, the UL and the LI. Then display to inline block, or it to display to inline. Any of them. UL LI. So I have never to explain this earlier. So for us to have this man in a straight line, all of them to be in a straight line, we need to add display toward inline block. So then this is what we have here. So this man is now displayed to what, to inline block. Now the next thing we are going to do here is that I want to add spaces around here, right? You can use space around or space between. I think if you remember the last course, the last training we did on Flexbox, right? We added space. Space can be within. Space can be what, around element. So what I'm going to use here is space around, right? So I want space to be around this particular element. So let's see the design we have here and leverage on that design. Okay, space should be around this element. That is space here. Let's quickly do that. So you can have space here, space here. So everybody will stay in your own lane. Everybody will stay in your own lane. Okay, justify content. We have space around, right? Space around, we're going to give space around. Space within, going to give space within. I think we've done this. If you have don't understand about flex, go back and leverage on the video. Leverage on the video. So yes, I think we should help to have space around. Let's try that again. This space around or space within. Space around. Okay. Space around the element. So let's try to space between. Let's try space between and see what's going to happen. So when I try space between, you can see that there is space between what, the element. But I prefer using space around the element. I prefer sticking with that. Space around the element. So and the another thing also, You can decide to you can decide to give this man maybe decide to give this man let's say to give this man a kind of what do they call it, a flex grow, right? Weight. You can, we have three items. You can try to give this man a flex grow or weight, right? But before I do that, let me add the height first. The height of this man to be 100%, so that's 100 pixel. So here we have the height, 100 pixel height. Uh-huh. So you can see what we are doing perfectly. So we have 100 pixel height, and I want to bring this man closer to this side. I'm coming to that. Okay, okay. We are coming to that. Don't worry, we are not rushing. So I'm moving this man to this side. So what I intend doing here is to add a flex group. Then come back here. Um, this is a nerve. Uh, so I like to give that nerve a background. So I'm using this background to just practice something. A background of red, right? So I don't want to use to practice something. So have you seen this the size? Have you seen the size? So the weight here, they are, I think they are sharing equal weight, or maybe this logo is intimidating this man. So what I need to do here is to increase this man height a little bit, so that we can have more space. So I say flex grew to one. The lecturer at let flex grow to three. Let's see what's going to happen. I think there see improvement. I didn't know. So let's try flex grow to one. Okay. My name is at work. Okay, let's go. So flex grow to one. Um, flex one. People stop muting me. Oh. Okay. Okay. I think um I will go with this for now. We'll go with this. Let even confirm if that flex is is working. But I think we need to also look for a way to work that out, right? If it's working. So we comment on this flex. This is what's going to happen. Sorry, commenting on the. I want to comment on the what's that called? The flex. I, I think it's still the same thing. What do you guys think? Okay, it's still the same thing. So I need to call other ones too, so that I'm suggesting where is the this man? I think because he's having 30% weight. Maybe that's why we're having this issue. Let me just give this man to 100 pixel, so let know where our problem is coming from. Okay, have you seen it now? You notice that immediately I give this man 100 pixel, this man move to this left. Because of this man is taking 30% of our weight, our profit, it won't chop only 30% alone. So that's why we are having this issue. If you are that, let me undo and go back. You notice that this man have moved, but why this man only him alone is sharing 30%. So mind the percentage you use. So we better give this man 100 pixel than that 30%. This man moved to this level. Now, when you notice the when they come here, right, let come and remove that space around so that you know the difference with this space around. And when you move space around, you notice that everything comes together, right? Do you see it? Huh? When I see them, okay, good. Now let put back that space. Let put space between the element. You notice that we have space. There is no space between this element, right? So let's move space around. Then you notice what we have you? This space between or space around that I use. Space between, no, space around is what we supposed to use. Space around, we'll have space around the element. So notice that there is space here. That is space here. Have you seen it? People should respond now. Man knows are there with people now. When they respond something. I mean, they give palliative for responding. For me to give you palliative, I'll give you palliative. For me to give you palliative. So, next we are going to move this item to the center. Who can tell us what we can do to move this item to the center? Like let it be the same space, like the same height. What are you going to do? Is this chat director, are you not there? You are not doing your work. Oh. You are not doing your work. Oh. Okay. We are using text align item center. Let's see what's going to happen. Align item center. So you see, align item center will bring this man to the world, to center, to the world, to the world. Fantastic, fantastic. Okay. The next thing we are going to do is we are going to work on the color, right? Now I want to show you guys. Cause let's work on the color quickly. When it come down here, if you notice that we have the ULLI here. Now if you try to put color here, let's see what's going to happen. White. Now notice that it did not affect, right? The color did not work. Having the fact that okay, if you come to this LULI, right? If you come here, we have all these things inside here, but the color is not working, right? So it becomes a family problem or village people problem. So for us to add color to this man, he has a link already, an anchor. An anchor is a very stubborn element. So we need to call that anchor. The anchor man say that you can never add color without carrying me along. So how can you just go and add color without carrying me along? He went to Abuja and demolished people's house. So this is what it is. So let's call to this man. So we are calling the anchor, pleading with anchor. Please give us a color. So I know okay. We have the anchor. So you can see we have the white, right? We have this white here. So this same thing we call the anchor. We have this white here. Then the next thing we are going to do is to add space, right? We need a kind of a space, spacious, juicy and creamy space. So we need to just quickly get this space. Then we are going to use padding. So if we add padding, let's see what's going to happen. Padding 10 pixel px. Then for me, it's too much. So I'm not giving it a padding top. Padding top is 0. I'm padding left and right to be 10. So um, the space not much. Give it 8. Okay. Then I'll give it test decorator, test transformation, capitalize each test. So this what this will do that it will capitalize all these men that are here. Then another thing I'm going to do, if maybe I can decide, okay, let's just do something like that. What we call hover, right? Hover means when you come here, it give you style, it give you style, it give you style, it give you style, right? So you can decide to to get that hover, right? So if you want, you can get that over. Let's just quickly do that. So and when you come here, It's just over. But before I do that, let me work on this. Let's go back to our design. So we have this small red here. This our font size is big. So let me quickly this right. Where is our design? Our font size is too big. Let me look for a way to reduce that. So let's come here, font size, give it like 20 px is bigger. Try to 18, try to 15 or 16. Okay, that is okay. Then let's work on this new that is here, right? So that's what we call spam. So spam is an inline word element, right? So that inline element it used to make sure that we have used to make sure that we have okay. I want to do another thing. Okay, let me not leave all those things a bit. Let's focus on that thing. So the spam it's an inline element, right? You can use it to decorate your HTML. So now the reason why we are using spam. If I want to give this man a different color, a different style, I need a spam. And that spam needs to be in the same. Please mute your mic. That spam need to be in the same. Oh my goodness. Digital director. Digital. Why digital director? This man. Digital director. Ah, oh, God. You're supposed to be coordinating the class. You leave the class and jagba. Huh? Hello, sir. I'm here. Are you hearing me, sir? Please coordinate this class. Coordinate this class. Yeah, I'm looking for the person making noise. Coordinate this class. Please, anybody that want to say something, dictate. You know your procedure. They are violating your policies. Like you are like Tinubu and Buhari. Huh? You do like Tinubu. Okay. If I come here and add P, right, and put this new here, you notice that this will break. When you come back, you see that this will break, right? Now, for us to be able to do this, we need to use an inline what element. So P cannot serve. Because the inline element is spam. We can use a spam. And now, the reason why we are using spam is because if you use any other element like I, Italy, it will give the right of a different design. So spam does not add anything in their HTML element. So this is spam, right? So if this is it, nothing happened. It's still the same thing. So what I will do here is to you can try to give it a class, right? A class of new. So come to here, then here is my new. Any comment we like add, no concern me. So yeah, I have spam, then I have a new. So it says spam I have new. Then color, I have a red color. Okay, it did reflect. You can either use dot. So let that not be space. Don't add space. Spam dot new. So this should work. So we have this new here, right? So let's check that. Let's see what we have here. So the background here will be white. So the background white. Okay. Or I will give the background red. Let me give the background red and the right top white. Okay. Okay. Fantastic. So font. Let's read the font to to 10. See what's going to happen. It's too big, too small. Um, 15. Okay, I can still leave it the way it is before. Then let's add padding. Padding round to 5 pixel. Padding is too big. Padding 2 pixel. Okay, let's see give padding 5 pixel. Then we reduce the font size. Padding 5 pixel. Then the font size will go with 12 pixel. Then the border reduce to 4 pixel. Okay, think it's okay. It's okay now. So okay, I will do. Let's work on this next. So when you look at the mobile responsiveness, the mobile responsiveness is just nothing, right? Nothing at all. So we need to work on it. So we look at our application. The mobile responsiveness is nothing. So we'll fix it as soon as possible. Um, moving ahead. So let's work on this immediately. So scroll down a little bit. So here we have the login, and then we have you need to add class here. I'm having a class of btn login, a class of btn um sign up. Okay. Also need to add another class called btn because I want them to be the same class btn. So this is why I'm adding this class so that there is a I don't need to be doing the design separately. I want to do one design, but the difference there is that when it comes to this man, so the difference there is that this man have this white border and this man have this dark background. So let's quickly do that. So I'm calling on this one to really work on something unique. Um, yeah, I'm going to have my login and get started. Start here. Yeah. So boom. Then I call this. Now, what are we going to do next? Let's look at our KPI. Okay. Change the color to white. Then color white. Okay, we have this color to white. Then let me quickly check the font size because I don't want to give them different font size. 16. So open this 16. Then next thing we're going to do is padding. Let's add padding. Padding top to 0, left and right to 10 pixel. Okay, this is what we have here. So next thing is background. You have a background color. Next thing is uh, let's look at this. Okay, let's work on this. Get started first. Okay, on this one, let's have the border here. Then we have this here as well. So you have seen the reason why I decided to use one class so that I can have the same font and every other thing. So let me work on this login btn. Mm, okay. The person I'm going to do is background. I'm not going to have background border to like 3 pixel. Then the color is white. Then solid. Right. So I think we'll talk about this border. The solid is the line. So the line here. This line here is what we call solid. You have different design of the line. We have dashed. We have a different kind of design. So I'll reduce the to like 2 pixel for the border. The line width is 2 pixel. Then I also have to get padding, 20 pixel. So the 20 pixel is too much. It's too much. So I give top 10 and left and right 20. Um, 30. Okay, that is fine. So let's check what we have here. Border radius. So let me add the border radius. Border radius to like 10 pixel is too much. 8 is too much. 5 it's okay. So what I want to do here is that when you click your mouse here, this man will turn to white, right? Why we call it hover, right? Hover. So when you hover here, this man will turn to white. Why the right top will turn to black. So that's what we need to do. Um, so what we need to do here is to call this login. Then you go, you put this dot, type HOV. This hover. Look at the man here, hover. Then that's all you need to do. Then you come down, background. You can give the background to white. Let's see what's gonna happen. So we come here. You notice that we have a black background. So we are going to use a black background and a red border, right? I think so. So what do you guys think we should use on mute indicate so that digital will call you? So the color, the text color to dark, uh, so to the border to red. What do you guys think? Is red fine? Uh, border 2 pixel, red and solid. Hmm? The the 2 pixel. Let me have 1 pixel. Mm. Okay, all right. So let's move to this one. Let's move straight to the other one. So I'm going to copy this login. Can you guys hear me? Am I just talking to myself? Okay, let's see what we got here. Sorry. Let's move on. Okay. Let's replace this class. So this is the sign up class. Okay, this is sign up. So here we are um thinking of the background the kind of color I will use there that will make the color more um if I ask now for you to give me a color, you give me black blue, give me blue black. I wouldn't like to use those kind of color. Um let's use doggy Dodgers blue. D O G D Dodger Dodger blue. Let's check that out. It did not reflect. Need a blue that is a bit okay. Let's check this out. Hmm? No, hold on. It's like the blue is not even reflecting. Hold on. Was it showing the was it showing the border? Okay. Okay, I'm doing on a border. Sorry. Sorry, my country people. The weather, Tinubu. Don't blame me, blame Tinubu. It's the cause of my problem. Dodgers blue. Okay. I'll make this a bit thicker. Nope. Nope. Let me check this. This is a bit light. What? Who can tell me the kind of blue? Which blue be this now? Okay, okay. Just hold on. I think I've seen the blue. I use the blue I use here is Dayam blue. Huh? Oga, I did not invent any color. We are calling Dayam. You think I know anything Dayam? That is Dayam. Okay. Um, we have 15 pixel here. I'm trying to um pom 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 pom. So check. Let's see what we can do to make it to get more perfect look. Hmm? Boom. I'm confirming some factors. What can we do to make it more perfect look? Suggestions. Huh? Are we there? Hello? Huh? Is it okay? Is the design okay? So that we move on to other things a big. Okay. So let's move on to the next one. so that will wrap up. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, the next one we're working on now is the next design we're working on now is where over is here now. You want me to put over here? If you want your own, you put over. When you are doing your own, you put over. It's not your own. This one is my own. When I do your own, you put over. Style it anyhow you want. If you want to put black blue, no concern, I call it. All right. Let's move on, please. Um. Okay. Okay. Let me show you my this thing. You want to make this one fancy, right? Like you want to reduce the weight of the border, right? The weight of the border. The border has weight now. When it comes to here, hmm, this place you have border. The pixel is the border width. If you had decided to put 4 pixel here, most of you will not even like what you will see. Have you seen it? The hover? Have you seen it? The border is big, right? But the over, I added it on the over, not on the main this thing. Let me add it on the main border. So let me add it on the main login. Or even five this itself. Have you seen it? Huh? Have you seen it? Because never don't take light for your side. Let me move on, please. Okay, okay, we are good, we are good, we are good, we are good. All right. Next one is all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. All right. So let's look at what we have here. We are done with this man. We're closing it. Next one is we are going to browse. So when you come here, you notice that there is a space, right? A space around this div, right? There is a space around this. But let's give the div the background first. So we call that section. Um, it's called section. So when you click on this section, is a section that wraps all these elements, right? So we come here, then we have all header, the header menu design, header menu style, and yeah, okay, right. Okay, Ragankulu, what color we using? What color we using? What color we using? What color we using? What color should we use? Trying to figure out the color. Trying to figure out the color we should use. Okay. Um, I'm trying to figure out a color we should use. Okay, let me try this color. Hash 2 C 3 5 0. Really? Okay. All right. Lecture out. Lecture out. Lecture out. Okay. This is the color we are using. So another thing is that um another thing I'm going to do here is to add space. Let that be space around the container, right? So I'm adding space around that container. I think what I will do now, adding space around that container. So let me quickly do that. Add space here. So go back to the HTML. Let's pet our. Okay, we have the title. We have this. We have this. So I will give padding. So space inside means padding. So if you want to add space, all these elements, like all these round elements, we just need to give padding. Before we give padding, let's confirm. Okay, we don't need to give padding, all round padding, top, bottom, this. So you can see we have space here. So go back to the man here and padding all round, 40 pixel. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's go back here. So we have this this padding round, right? All round move here. So here also, I'd like to move this man to center, right? When you come here, yeah, I have the title. So the title div, mm, the title div, if you test align to center, let's see what's going to happen. See what's going to happen, right? But what I want to do here is that you can see there's a large space here. So I'm going to give this man a weight of, let's say, 60%, right? This man a weight of 60%. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's remove that text align. Then I add the background first. Let's add background so that you see. I want to use that background to show you something. Because when I'm teaching, I like doing more explanation. So you can see that this man now is 100%, right? Almost 100%. And this is not what we want. So what we need to do quickly is to come here, weight or maximum weight, any of them, like 50%, 60% rather. So you see what we have here, right? See what we have here, 60%. Then we come here to compare to the one we have here. You see what we have here also. So we need to move it to center. Test align center will not resolve that issue because it's a div, right? So as usual, margin auto, right? Margin 0 pixel auto. Then move this man to center, right? So let me remove that background. Use that background for just illustration. Then all the text color going to be white. So come here, color, color going to be white. So then I'm going to give the font color, only this one, a very large font. So what I need to do is to come to this title. Inside this title, I have this H1. So quickly call title, then H1. So font, let's try 40%, 40 pixel, right? 40 pixel. Try to move that text. Let's move for the text to center. So let's quickly check that out. So um the font can be like 50. Okay. Um Compared to what we have here, then compared to what we have here. So this one just needs some small touching. Um Copy and paste. So the P is the P here. Select all the P. Then 20. We can decide to give it the right type of color of yellow. Yellow. Okay, let's work on this, and then we'll shut down. The remaining one we'll work on it later. Let's work on this. So quickly, um, we're working on this. Fine. So yeah, I'll add a class of btn. Fine. Let's find. Record that. So I'm also moving this man to center as well. But I want to call this div because this is the div. So um um let's align center. Let's see what's going to happen. Okay, this man is on center here. So let's start working on it. All right. So we start from this fine, which is the class. Then here we have the background to blue. This is the background. So to add space here, we need padding. So padding top to like 30 pixel, padding left to like 40 pixel. Look we check what okay. We need to give this man a margin so that if you give the man a margin top to like 20, top and bottom 20, left and right 0. So so um margin uh nothing happened. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Okay. Okay, let's try to give this man a margin button, the div. I don't know why this man is not working, but let's try to imagine and see what's going to happen. Okay, see nothing change. So let's try this. So let's come to title and give margin bottom to 20 pixel. Because the reason why I'm giving margin bottom is because this title, this is the bottom of the title where you have this man. So let's quickly check that out. Hmm, that is not affecting. That is not working. Okay, let's try to give that padding. What is this man? Padding, padding bottom like 40 pixel. Let's see what's going to happen. Okay, we'll see how the space here. Padding, we're able to fix that. So let's quickly work on this as well. The div image. Quickly work on the image. So the image is image. So quickly go back there. The come down dot image img. I'll move that to center. Let me confirm. If you can move that to center, work on it. Okay. Let's work on the height. So remove this image. Work on the. I'm giving him 60% weight to be 60%, 50%. Then let's see what's going to happen. Okay. Then margin auto. Okay. Then I also need to reduce the weight of the image as well. So um dot img, then img, which is the image. So this is the image here, the image I'm calling on. So let me run like 40%, weight to be 40%. It's too much. Too okay. Let's run try to run 100%. What's going to happen? Okay, I think the 100% is a bit fair. So let's work on this man. This should be. Let's try to add the IMG padding so that the reason why we're adding padding top so that it will give this man a space at the top. Padding top 40 pixel. Okay, we have this space. I will need more space as well. 50 pixel. Um okay, let's quickly work on this before we wrap up. Let me give you more space. I want to give this man more space, like 70. That's fine. That's fine. So let's work on this man. Then we add the icon and every other things we are doing. So this man should be here. Top 20. Top 20 is good. Okay. Then the text, the color is white. Um, okay. Then let's quickly check this out. So let's add this man. Okay, the color is black, not white. Color black. Okay. The font width bold. Font width bold. Okay. Okay. So we want to add this arrow here, right? This particular arrow. No, when you notice that when it come here, this arrow will like come here, it will come here, it will do like this. So to add this arrow, we go to font awesome. Go to font awesome. The same way you import external library on other on this what's it called it font size. So it's almost the same thing we're going to use to do that. This other one, right? You are required to do it. So you come to Dropbox and do this one. You are required to do this. Um, you are required to do that as a team. And the footer. Although I will continue the class on Sunday, like this application. I'll continue building the application on Sunday, but don't just wait until what I'm building. Are you getting me? Uh, I'll continue the app on Sunday. So we copy this link, right? You go to Commons and copy this link. So this link is just like the header link. So the link needs to be in between your what's it called it? Scroll down. So the link needs to be here. So this is the link. Then let's copy the icon. Let's copy the icon. So go back, click on icons, Then inside that icon, click on free source icon. Then the light come up. Okay, let's say button or arrow. Next. What is that? That this thing. Okay, can we go with this? Can we go with this? Okay, we copy this. So this is what you copy. Then when you copy that, you come down to finals. Hmm? Okay, this finals. Then paste it after this text, right? Then go back and reload. Okay, before the test, not after the test. Sorry, press it before, after the test, not before. If you press it before, it will affect each font. To press it after. Okay, so this is the man we have here. This is the man we have. So next I'm going to do is that when you click your mouse here, right, it will it will change. So when you click your mouse there, it will change. So that's what we intend doing now. And that one should be what we call the name of this itself. Uh, it should be transformation, right? What they call it transformation, right? Hmm? It's not transition. It's not transition. It's called transformation. Transformed. So let's do that. Transition is different. We are going to use transition here. You will see it differences. So what we need to do is come here. Here I have a class, a solid FK class already. So let me utilize this class. I may be needing this. I may be using this for that this thing. Let me not let it just affect any of my team. Let me just clear the class. Ah, class. Okay, I already have class again. Let me just add arrow. Okay, let me just use this arrow. Arrow right. FK arrow right. Uh-huh. So we come here, dot, then transform. So the transform comes with different kind of design. So I'm using scale, a scale of 1.5. Let me see what's going to happen. Also need to add a padding there. Uh, I need to add the padding first here first. So that will, this, that, okay, I think it should be, yeah, that should be over. That should be over. So this should be over. Sorry, I was wondering. I'm even tired. Okay, let's see what's going to happen. Okay, have you seen it? So when you over it, so it's too big. Let's reduce that to point five, 0.5. It's too small. 1.5 point z point two. Okay, Let me just give this man a padding. Um, Let me quickly give it a padding. So, guys, I told I will end the class by 11. I don't want to go further on this. Thing. It's too much. 5 pixel. Okay. All right. So, basically, this is what we were able to achieve tonight. Um, the mobile responsiveness is rubbish. So look at this here. It's rubbish. So by next class we'll fix the responsiveness of the mobile. So like to end the class here.